In a small town hidden among the rolling hills, where secrets are as much a part of the landscape as the ancient stone church that stood at its heart, Father Michael served with unwavering dedication. His life was simple, quiet, a routine of prayers and confessions, until the day a stranger arrived, someone who knew more about Father Michael's past than he cared to remember. Father Michael walks through the churchyard, the sun casting a soft glow over the small, quiet town. The peaceful hum of morning mass is in the air, and the townsfolk go about their routines. Everything is normal until the chill in the air changes. The doors to the church creak open as a man steps in. His face is hidden in shadow. But there's an air of mystery about him. He watches Father Michael from the back pew, his eyes piercing through the dimly lit interior. There's something unsettling in the way he looks, like he knows something Father Michael wishes he didn't. The stranger approaches Father Michael after Mass, his voice low and calm but carrying a weight of something dangerous. He speaks cryptic words, hinting at knowledge of the priest's past, a past Father Michael thought was buried forever. Later that evening, Father Michael sits alone in the confessional booth, the silence heavy around him. His thoughts drift to a time long ago, to mistakes and choices that haunt him to this day. The weight of his own sins feels unbearable. And he wonders how long he can keep his past hidden. The next day, Father Michael learns from a parishioner that the stranger has been telling others strange things about him. Whispers float through the streets. Did you hear what he said about Father Michael? He knows things only the priest could know. The stranger corners Father Michael in the church garden. His smile is cold, and his words send a chill down the priest's spine. You have something I want, he says, and if you don't give it to me, the world will know all your secrets. Father Michael's pulse quickens. What does he want? And more importantly, how does he know so much? That night, Father Michael lies awake in his small room, staring at the ceiling. His mind races. Torn between his duty to the church and the fear of the stranger's threats. He cannot deny that the secrets of his past could destroy him, but does he have the strength to face them? Or will he try to bury them deeper? The stranger leaves town the next morning, but the threat lingers. Father Michael knows he has little time left. The choice weighs on him: confront the truth and risk everything, or continue to hide in the darkness of his own guilt. As the town prepares for Sunday Mass, Father Michael makes a choice that will change the course of his life. The town's peaceful veneer begins to crack. Father Michael walks through the village square, but the usual friendly greetings from the townsfolk feel colder now. Whispers float through the air like invisible daggers, sharp and aimed at him. The stranger's arrival has stirred something in the town, and now even the most devout parishioners are avoiding his gaze. Sunday Mass feels different. The pews are full, but the air is thick with unease. Father Michael can't ignore the tension hanging over the congregation. Midway through his sermon, he catches a glance from a familiar face, a look that once spoke of trust, now filled with doubt. In the confessional booth, a woman's voice trembles as she pours out her sins. Father Michael listens, his mind not fully on her words but on his own tangled guilt. Her confession mirrors his own struggles, secrets buried, unspoken truths. For a moment, he wonders if she knows his past, if this is a warning or a sign. After Mass, Father Michael retreats to his office, the weight of the day's whispers crushing him. He runs his hands through his hair, staring at the old wooden cross on the wall. What will happen if the truth comes out? Can he still serve his congregation with his dark past looming over him? The stranger's influence grows. He has managed to turn some of the town's most trusted members against Father Michael. During a quiet meeting at the town hall, the stranger's words drip with venom as he sows doubt in the hearts of the leaders. Father Michael, unaware, feels the walls slowly closing in on him. Father Michael can no longer ignore the guilt gnawing at him. As he walks along the river bank, he questions everything: the choices he made, the lives he's touched, and the sins he's hidden. He picks up a small stone, throwing it into the water, watching as the ripples disappear into the distance. His life, like the stone, may soon be lost to the current of truth, just as Father Michael feels the weight of betrayal. An unexpected figure steps forward, Mary, a longtime parishioner and friend. She warns him of the stranger's true intentions, hinting that the man's grip on the town is far deeper than anyone realizes. She offers her help, but there's a catch: Father Michael must make a choice. Later that evening, Father Michael receives a letter, a handwritten note from one of his closest confidants. It's short, but the words hit him like a slap. I've told him everything. Betrayed by someone he trusted, Father Michael's heart sinks. The walls are closing in, and the secrets he's spent years protecting are now slipping away. Father Michael awakens in the middle of the night, his heart pounding. He's haunted by memories of his past, the choices that led him down a dark path. He stands before the church's altar, his eyes searching for answers, but all he finds is his own reflection, warped by guilt. The stranger returns, his presence even more ominous this time. He demands Father Michael's resignation as the town's priest, threatening to expose the darkest of secrets unless his conditions are met. The weight of the threat hangs in the air like a storm waiting to break. Alone in his room, Father Michael paces back and forth. His conscience is in shambles. Confess to the town and risk everything, or stay silent and protect the people he loves. The choices seem unbearable. Each path leading to its own destruction. Father Michael's oldest friend, the one person he thought he could trust, walks into his office and hands over a letter to the stranger. The betrayal stings deeply, but worse, it reveals just how much power the stranger now holds. Father Michael's world begins to crumble. In a quiet, public moment, Father Michael's secret is nearly exposed. A member of the town, emboldened by the stranger's whispers, stands up during Mass, ready to reveal the priest's past. The tension in the air is unbearable. Father Michael's heart races, praying for silence as the congregation watches. Desperate, Father Michael receives an anonymous letter, slipped beneath the door. It's a cryptic message, offering him a way out of his nightmare, but it comes with a dangerous cost. The words are both a lifeline and a trap, and Father Michael must decide whether to trust this unknown ally. The town is changing. Trust in Father Michael begins to fracture as rumors run rampant. The people who once looked to him for guidance now question everything. He watches in silence as the town's once tight-knit community splits apart, each side divided by the shadows of his past. Father Michael, with no other choice left, confronts the stranger in an isolated part of the church grounds. The stakes are higher than ever. The stranger demands more, and Father Michael knows this might be the end of everything: his priesthood, his faith, his town. He's running out of time, and the final decision looms. Father Michael sits alone in the confessional booth. His hands tremble, his thoughts racing. He's been avoiding it for years, but the time has come. He knows he can no longer hide. The darkness of his past has crept too close. As he whispers into the booth, his voice cracks, not with fear, but with the weight of years of silence. The stranger confronts Father Michael again. This time, there's no room for negotiation. He demands Father Michael's resignation, threatening to expose everything unless his terms are met. Father Michael stands frozen, the weight of the stranger's words suffocating him. The time for silence is over. Sunday Mass arrives, and Father Michael knows that he can no longer protect his secret. As he stands before the congregation, his heart pounds in his chest. He pauses, the silence in the church hanging heavy, then he speaks, his voice shaking but resolute. "I've lied to you all. I've kept a dark secret. I've betrayed the very trust you've placed in me." Father Michael's voice cracks as he confesses the truth to the town. "Years ago, before I became a priest, I took the life of a man. A man who had wronged me deeply, who I believed deserved no mercy. It was a moment of anger, of weakness, and I did not think of the consequences. But I killed him, and I hid the body. I pretended it never happened. I buried my sins under the cloth, thinking I could escape the guilt. The town is in shock, gasps echo through the pews. Mary stands up, unable to remain silent. She steps forward, her voice steady but fierce. "You think you're the only one with secrets," she says. "The stranger, the one you've been hiding from, he's not here to save you. He's here to destroy you because of what he's done, what he's made us all do." Father Michael stumbles from the pulpit, his knees buckling. The weight of his confession is suffocating. He leaves the church in a daze, walking aimlessly through the town, his mind clouded with despair. He stands at the edge of the river, the water flowing relentlessly, as his thoughts swirl like the current. His hand reaches for the vial of poison in his pocket. For a moment, he contemplates ending it all, but the voices in his head cry out, urging him to face his sins. Father Michael returns to the church, but this time, it's different. The pews are filled, but the faces of the townspeople are a mix of anger, fear, and sadness. He looks out at them, his heart breaking. "I've betrayed you, I've betrayed myself. But I can't undo what I've done. I can only ask for your forgiveness, for a chance to atone. Please, let me make things right." The stranger steps forward, his smile now twisted with satisfaction. "It's too late for redemption, Father," he sneers. "You should have kept your secret, but now it's all coming to light. The town will never forgive you. And neither will I." With that, he turns to leave, but Father Michael knows that this is not just about the stranger anymore. The reckoning has arrived, and it's not only for him. It's for everyone. Father Michael kneels before the altar, his heart heavy, his soul torn. He has confessed his sins, and the truth has shattered his world. The town is divided, and the stranger's power over them is undeniable. Yet, as Father Michael bows his head in prayer, he wonders if redemption is even possible for someone like him. As Father Michael steps out of the church, trying to collect the pieces of his broken life, he spots an unexpected figure. A trusted ally, someone he had confided in, walks toward the stranger. The betrayal hits like a physical blow. This person, the one he had believed was on his side, has sold him out completely. The stranger's grip on the town is growing stronger. The stranger enters the church again, his presence suffocating. His calm, confident demeanor contrasts with the storm swirling inside Father Michael. He approaches the altar, his footsteps echoing as he stands before the priest. "You've caused me more trouble than you're worth, Michael," the stranger says, his voice low and threatening. "But that doesn't mean I can't still make use of you." Father Michael listens as the stranger lays out his offer. "You think this town will forgive you? You're wrong. You're too stained for them to ever accept you back. But you don't have to be alone. Join me. Together, we can rule this town, shape it as we see fit." The stranger's voice is smooth, like honey, promising power and influence. "I don't care about your past, Michael. We both know that the world is built on lies and manipulation. You're just another player in this game. But with me, we can bend this town to our will." Father Michael, shaken to the core, struggles with the decision. The stranger's offer is tempting: power, control, and a chance to rebuild everything he's lost. But he knows the price. The stranger's motives are not purely about revenge, it's about reshaping the world into something they can control, using their shared darkness as a weapon. "You know, Father, there's a certain freedom in embracing your sins," the stranger continues, his voice seductive. "We're not bound by morals. We make the rules. All you have to do is accept who you really are." Father Michael listens, feeling the weight of his past sins pressing against him. The stranger is offering a way out, but at what cost? To join him would mean betraying everything he once stood for: his faith, his vow, his redemption. But the stranger's words linger, tempting him to embrace the dark freedom the stranger promises. You've spent your whole life hiding from your true nature. Why not come out of the shadows and stand with me? We can be gods of this town. I've been building this empire for years, and you're the missing piece. The stranger's manipulation continues. You're not a priest, Michael. You never were. You just wore the cloth to hide the monster inside. I see it. I've always seen it. We both know you've never truly been redeemed. But you could be. Join me. And together, we can take control. There is nothing stopping us. Father Michael stands at the crossroads. His faith, his redemption, and his soul are at stake. The stranger promises a new life, but at the cost of everything Father Michael has worked for. Father Michael, shaken but resolute, stands firm. I've made my choice, he says, his voice filled with both anger and clarity. I will not join you. I will not let you turn me into something I'm not. The stranger's smirk falters, replaced by cold fury. Then you're useless to me. But remember this, Michael made his last confession not to the town but to himself. I have paid the price and now I'm free.